what is up guys? Clunky here, directly from the frozen wastelands, Quebec City in Canada. Alright, you guys don't want to live here, right? You don't want to. You don't want to. So today we're gonna go over the best freaking tier list possible for guys that are returning to World of Warcraft and you just want to pick up a class and have a lot of fun and deal insane damage, right? So literally straight up we're gonna go with Demon Hunter, Havoc Demon Hunter, and S tier. Yes, it is super easy to learn. It is super easy to deal exceptional damage with this character. Absolutely bonkers. It has so many CC's option. It is just crazy. So if you guys want to have an easy time in solo shuffle, just pick up Demon Hunter, right? Next up is going to be Windwalker. We're going to place Windwalker on A spot. The reason why it is not on S tier is because it is a little bit squishy. All right, you die super quick. Basically everything goes through your karma like paper, and you kind of lack the CC options from the Havoc Demon Hunter. So I'm not saying it's going to be a bad choice. It's just going to be a little bit harder for you to live as a Windwalker. So we're going to place Unholy DK on A tier. All right, it is super good. It is going to get nerfed this week, right? Depending on when you are watching this video. Right now it is 23th of January, right? January. That was so bad. That was so bad. Sorry, I'm French, by the way, if you guys did not guess. Unholy, super good, super insane damage, though it lacks the burst damage, the consistent burst damage. Once you press all your keys, you kind of deal menial damage. Super easy to heal for the enemy healers. All right, so Frost, we're gonna place, bam. Frost deals humongous amounts of damage. It is a super good team brawler, especially in RBGs, battlegrounds, though in arenas it kind of flops super hard. And by the way, pretty much nobody's playing Frost DK right now, okay, except the big freaking giga chads. So we're gonna place our Retribution Paladin C tier. Yes, C tier, because I mean, like, this week Retribution Paladin is getting huge buffs, right? Upwards to 30% buffs on some abilities, so it might struggle to get back to the B tier, but I'm pretty sure it is not gonna be as good as Windwalker in terms of raw kill power. It is going to be dealing insane damage, though it kind of lacks the one-shot potential from Windwalker. All right, so we're gonna place our Evoker at B tier. Yes, B tier. Why? Because you kind of can one-shot everything. You're dealing massive freaking damage, massive freaking disgusting damage as the Evoker, but again, you're super squish. And if you die so quick as a Devo, on top of having super bad range, so you kind of you're forced to go in melee range kind of, and you die, like, literally. So if you're able to deal the damage and stay alive, boom, S tier, easily S tier. But if you're getting focus, which is 100% of the games that I've played so far, I'm currently 2.1k rating with the Evoker, and from what I've seen, I don't have much time. I'm not a streamer. I just like literally gear up my characters and arenas, solo shuffle, whatever, and then I just like move on. But from what I've seen, the Evokers deal is exceptional damage, but they flop super freaking fast. All right, Shadow Priest, yes, D tier. They're getting a little bit of a damage increase this week, but so far right now Shadow Priest is like one of the most underplayed characters, and I understand why. The struggle is disgusting. The opportunity to kill revolves entirely around you being able to free cast, which is good luck. Impossible against the H's, Windwalkers, Unholy DKs, etc. It is impossible. If you're able to do it, big W, man, you're a giga chat, right? So I'm gonna move on right now. We're gonna put straight up, man, there's no order. We're gonna put Fire Mage at B tier. I mean, it could even go to C tier right now. I wish there was a section in between B and C. I mainly do RBGs and BGs, so for BGs, Fire Mage is super freaking insanely good ish, because you know, fire cannon, flame cannon actually makes you so squishy that it's kind of hard to do pretty much any damage if you're getting like CC'd or trained. But the damage is super good. It is super fun to play. So Frost Mage, I would definitely put it at A tier. Though what is hard as a Frost Mage, okay, the skill cap is so high on that character. Yes, it is hard. I mean, most people don't agree with that, but Frost Mage, I've played the spec, and you are forced into playing icy foes all the time. You need that passive which makes your blink being able to be used during a stun. So you need to be playing with icy flows, which you need macros to stop the casting animation, to juke kicks and everything. Like it's kind of a mess to play that character in arenas. And BGs, it's kind of great. You're gonna get stumped by marksman hunters, rogues, etc. But in arenas, bro, it is super hard to be climbing with frost. Anyways, Arcane Mage, super good damage, super insane CC. You got like so much stuff that you can do. The thing is, your main damage comes from one school, and most of your damage is interruptible. Okay, most of your burst damage, you only have like presence of mind that you don't need to cast. And it's, I believe, 45 seconds CD. So you get like 2 instant casts. Like apart from your arcane orbs and everything, like you kind of need to be standing there and hard casting your arcane missiles to be dealing insane damage. So it's hard to play Arcane Mage, but if you can do it, big W, right? So next up is gonna be a straight up your Ali Shami. Ali Shami is coming to B tier. The reason why, it has exceptional damage. It can one-shot, though what's happening, if you guys actually watch my videos where I'm showcasing those extremely cheesy builds, you need so much freaking build up and everything. Like, you need your teammates to not grief on you, not remove your flame shocks by randomly polymorphing your enemies. So in solo shuffle, it's kind of hard. In arenas, I believe it is pretty much easier because your teammates don't actually randomly CC targets and remove the flame shocks. But again, your damage comes from you being able to keep your flame shocks active on your targets at all times, which can be dispelled by so much stuff. Revival from the monk, that actually dispels all your flame shocks in one hit. You know, Dark Iron Dwarfs is racial. I would say in BGs, RBGs, Ali Shami is shining the most. In arenas, it is kind of hard to climb as an Ali right now. Even though their tier set is super good, I'm not saying they're bad, I'm not saying they're weak. I'm saying with the current meta, if casters would be allowed to free cast more, I would say Ali would be king right now for casters, okay? It would definitely be king, right? So, Moonkin, where am I gonna place it? I would say in between A and S tier, but I'm gonna place it to A tier because right now, Boomy just got a big nerf on their Boomy Forms armor, and a big nerf on their Bear Forms armor, so they're getting hit super hard by survivability nerfs. Sorry, I'm French Canadian, and that is going to make them super squishy in arenas, solo shuffle, where you actually need your team to provide you with melee immunities, just to like empower you to get the ability to fight back, basically. And right now, I've played Boomy, and I can tell that they were actually squishy before the nerf, the survivability nerf. So it's gonna be super hard for even the good Boomy to climb. Not impossible, but it's still one of the best casters, nonetheless, right? So next up, we're gonna put Affliction on B tier. Yes, so in arenas, it looks super good, it looks super strong, though it is far from being one of the best casters. Like, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you, man. I'm gonna save you a bunch of time. Destruction is the king of all the Warlock specs right now, okay? In Season 1, Demo was king. Now, Warlocks just looks at Demo and laughs. Evil laugh, okay? Demonic laugh. It is like 1,000 times better to be playing Destruction. I know Destruction gets trained a lot and everything, but if you can like play well and juke a bunch of CCs and everything, man, Destro right now is king of the arenas, alright? Their burst right now is disgusting, especially if you respect into mastery. Alright, so Demo, where do I place it? I would say in between B and C, but since I can't choose very well right now, I'm gonna put C. So the big problem with Demo right now, in arenas, Demo is not bad, okay? In arenas, Demo is not bad. And BGs, RBGs, Demos tend to fall super short, because the reason why is super simple. They can't move. They can't freaking move. They need to be hard casting so much. Their burst is super scary. Their control is super scary. The thing is, they are getting outclassed by every spec that has more mobility. If you're a Windwalker and the enemy Demo Warlock just pops his Tyrant, everything, you're just like part away. Boom, outplayed. One key, one button. So, in arenas, it wouldn't be the same. Arenas, I would definitely place Demo in the B tier by far. But BGs, RBGs, Demo Warlock comes super low on the charts next to the Frost DK. So I'm gonna put Marksman Hunter on A tier, okay? Straight up, because it is getting outclassed by so many other classes. The damage is not as good as in Season 1. The reason why the tier set actually sucks balls. It is so bad. It is so bad. I don't know why Blizzard did that. It is just so bad. So most good players only go for the 2 tier set bonus. They straight up just go for the 20% increased rapid fire damage. Back in Season 1, you could literally one-shot people from like 75 yards away. I know, I did it. Many videos. 200 videos more. Right now, Marksman, I would put in between S and A. All right, for arenas, I would literally sit Marksman at A or A, between A and B. All right, between A and B for arenas. For BGs or RBGs, I would set Marksman onto A. A really good hunter who's able to predict rogues and everything and is playing perfectly would go on S. But apart from that, we're all humans, we make mistakes, so A tier. All right, it used to be so much better. Survival is getting some little damage increase, like 4% damage this week, and it is not going to be enough to make survival a move higher. But right now, survival is just, it is good. It is not shining that bright, but it is good. Super good CC. It is kind of hard-ish to kill one. In arenas, they're super good, but I would say they kind of lack the Marksman Hunters damage right now, right? So that's pretty much what it is. BM, where is BM? Got it. I would literally put BM into A tier. A and B, between A and B would be the perfect spot, but I'm not gonna get so freaking like accurate. It does not matter that much. So right now the burst for BM Hunter is out of this world. It is not as good as Marksman Hunter, don't get me wrong. BM is all about that big consistent damage, those big crunches, like you're tearing down at your enemies more consistently than the Marksman Hunter, which makes them exceptionally good in arenas. The longer the game goes on, the more you ramp up with your BM Hunter and the more damage you will be able to deal and finally score a kill, because the healer cannot heal that much consistent pressure. So we're going with Enhancement Shaman. Yes, Enhancement Shaman, a big C tier. I would say it even goes down to D tier. I see nobody playing Enhance. If you are playing Enhance right now, big freaking W, because you got big balls. Nobody's playing Enhance. It is a freaking forgotten spec at this point. It got absolutely zero love so far in Dragonflight. Season 3, I think, is the worst freaking patch for, it's the worst season for enhance at all, man. You got 0 survivability, your damage got nerfed super hard, you can't even one-shot people randomly anymore, they nerfed it super hard. It is, if you're playing enhance right now, you're Chad. So next up, all right, next up is gonna be Rogue. Yes, Rogues. Where do I put this one? I would say between A and S, but if you're playing arenas mostly, like S tier by far, it is the best freaking Rogue spec right now. So I know Assassination used to be dog swing for the longest time. Nowadays it is just dumb, freaking insane damage. The thing is, the only setback for Rogue is being so squishy, but if your healer can stop the goals and protect you, and you're able to mind games your enemies, avoid the burst, etc., and stay in the fight as much as you can. But if you're able to stay alive, Assassination is just the best Rogue spec by far, right? So subtlety, depending if you want to do RBGs, if you want to cap objectives, they're just the best at doing so. If you're talking about arenas, they're pretty much B tier, high B, between A and B. If you're talking about like solo queue RBGs, they're gonna be at A spot, because right now solo T has a super insane burst, though it is incredibly hard to master, and but it is super good at stealing bases. So when the solo queue RBG system goes live and we can actually gain rating and everything, you're gonna see so many freaking subtlety rogues. All right, so if you want to focus on stealing the objectives, like soloing, going 1 versus 2 and everything, subtlety is not bad. All right, it is not bad. Outlaw, I would place it at A tier, but truly what is happening, you kind of need to be lucky. When you're playing Outlaw, it is basically as if you were playing a lottery machine. If you get all the procs, everything, S tier. If you don't, B tier. All right, that's literally how the spec works. I'm not making things up. I've been watching a lot of Outlaw gameplay, and from what I've seen, you're praying for the right procs, okay? So I wouldn't stay away from Outlaw, though it kind of lacks the predictability from Assassination. Assassination, whatever you do, you still like pump a lot of damage. All right, so what about Warriors, right? What about Warriors? I would definitely put Fury on B tier. I would even put Fury between B and C. It is very good at surviving on its own-ish, all right? But the thing is, your damage is insane, your CC is not bad, but what's happening is you lack the utility from Arms Warrior. Arms Warrior, man, Arms Warrior is just straight up A. I would put A, B, like, depending on if you're playing arenas. Arenas, you rank higher, obviously, as a warrior. It is always one of the best classes for arenas to climb, whatever. It's always been that way, it will always be that way. All right, so Bladestorm, I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but as an Arms Warrior, you can literally predict whenever you're gonna get CC'd, use Bladestorm and counter it completely. So shutting down the enemy's go, it is incredibly good, especially if you're pretty good at doing that. You will make Warrior look a lot better than it is by far, right? Feral Druid right now kills super fast. It is kind of hard-ish to shut down. It has a lot of CC. The thing is, you need to score that CC. But with the amount of CCs available to stop you, good luck nailing every Cyclones. Since nowadays you need to hardcast them, back in Worlds of Draenor, you did not give an F. Basically, you just like got that proc and you could, bam, one-shot Cyclone someone. If it was that way right now, Feral would easily be S tier. Easy S tier. But since you have to Cyclone people to actually get to score more damage, that's literally how Feral plays right now. It scores very low. I'm not saying it's a bad spec, I'm saying it's a complicated spec on top of like having pretty bad healing. It is super good damage, it has a lot of CCs, a lot of stuns, everything. The thing is, being able to get that cyclone off, which is easy at low rating, but as you climb, good freaking luck. Again, against DHs that can like fear you, interrupt you, they can encap you, they can stun, whatever. Like they can do whatever they want with you. You're literally their little bee, if you know what I mean, as a feral. Okay, so tank specs, we're gonna make it super short. Not all of you play tank specs. Right now, Protection Paladin, super bad. It is okay-ish at carrying flags. Apart from that, like, pretty bad. It has like 3 immunities, which can be CCable. Like, they can spawn a big guardian that makes them invincible, though. Someone can just like kill that summoning and like 3 globals, and then you're back on the charts and everybody's trying to kill you, basically. I would say warrior, protection warrior is a little bit better, okay, at staying alive. I've seen protection warriors doing super well, especially in solo queue RBGs. They're doing way better than a freaking protection pallies right now. Blood DK, I would put them at C. They're pretty hard-ish to kill, but they kind of feel they deal 0 damage. They deal 0 damage, and of course it's a good thing because you don't want to get killed. 5 people fighting a blood DK, you don't want to die against DK, right? But right now DK is not even close to be as good as in season 1. All right, so tank DH, boom, S tier, best tank spec in the game. It has spheres, interrupts, range interrupts, it has incap, it has so many CCs on top of being super hard to kill. And right now, this is a caster meta, if you guys did not know. Right now, casters are a bit better than melee characters, so it has it performs very well against casters because the tank DH has insane mobility, and it is pretty hard to kill a very good tank DH. Especially even if you're like 5 versus 1, you're gonna have a hard time killing one that is trying to stay alive, right? Brewmaster D tier, absolutely just unplayed. Back in season 1, we saw a bunch of Brewmasters playing AWC. That was crazy. Brewmaster was actually cracked for PP. Right now, Brewmaster, you never see a Brewmaster ever. And I play a lot of World of Warcraft. I never see a Brewmaster. So if nobody plays it, it is bad. Pretty much like Shadow Priest. That's how the world goes, okay? Bear form, I mean Guardian Druid would go into B tier. It is a pretty solid pick for just like stalling a game, keeping an objective. But keep in mind, bears actually take extra damage from spellcasters. They don't have as much armor as the other tank specs, but they provide some utility for their teams, and they're kind of hard to take down. Not gonna lie, if you're pretty good at playing a tank spec, a Guardian will be super good at just like spinning the flag and delaying the enemy team from actually doing their job at capping the objective. All right, so healers, Restoration Druid, bam, S tier, easy peasy. It is super hard to kill a pretty good Restoration Druid. It is not impossible, though it is gonna be super freaking hard, all right? If the Restoration Druid knows what he's doing, he is going to summon his 3 hands just before you stun him. So his 3 hands are going to heal his teammates, and you won't be able to kill the freaking resto or his allies. Though the only thing that Restoration fails at is keeping up with the pressure of very strong bursty characters like DHs or freaking marksman hunters. Actually, Restoration right now struggles against the spells, but apart from that, Resto is a solid pick if you want to just like play a very good healer, right? Holy Priest, bam, C tier. Though, what is happening? They got huge buffs this week. They got huge freaking buffs to their healings, their damage. Would it be enough? Holy Priest, you kind of need to be hard casting, and in the current meta right now, with the top freaking DPSs being able to multi-CC, multi-stun, AoE, fear, or whatever, it is going to be a struggle, right? So I would put this a bit higher than Holy, but just because of them being able to use pain suppression and being able to spam those shields with Rapture. Apart from that, man, Holy falls short just because it needs to be like hard casting the whole time. Restoration Chamois goes to A. I would say A or B. A or B is kind of hard to pinpoint accurately in random BGs, RBGs. Restoration Chamois is actually gonna take a beating, but if your teammates are actually intelligent and they don't like ignore your totems at all, like Link totem for example, you will be shining as an ally, Resto ally. Though keep in mind, Resto ally is like more of a disruptor. You need to be playing around with your totems and everything. If you're good at juggling everything, you will be at the A tier easily. If you're not, it's gonna be a struggle, man. B tier actually, like, that's the spot where Resto Chamois actually belongs to. Holy Pallies, bam, C tier right now. Holy Pallies are kind of squishy. They take huge damage. Their healings are pretty good. They're surprisingly, insanely freaking bursty. They can heal multiple targets at once. They're pretty hard-ish to take down and like group scenarios, because if you get focused, you can use Blessing of Protection, you can use Bubble, but once they actually like pierce your bubble, once they dispel you, you become the kill target basically. Once you use your cooldowns, it is pretty hard to survive as an Holy Pally. It is much easier for Discipline Priests to just like outlive the Holy Pallies. All right, Mistweaver and RBGs, BGs, I would say A tier. In arenas, etc., I would say C tier, because you need to hardcast. I'm gonna actually put it in B tier. You need to hardcast, you need to be on your toes. You can disrupt the enemy team, but just not as good as the Restoration Chamois. You need to run as a Mistweaver. You need to press Revival at the perfect moment. If you're able to do that, you're gonna still be in the B tier by far. Right now, the best option is Resto Druid by far. All right, Preservation Evoker goes to it's kind of hard. I would say C tier. Arenas, the reason why you kind of need to go into melee range against DHs, freaking assassination rogues. You kind of need to get in the danger zone just to heal your allies, and pretty much right now it is not even remotely as good as in season 1. Straight up, it is not even as good. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, share this to your friends, help my channel grow. I would highly appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have an awesome rest of the day. This was Clunky, and don't come to live in Quebec City right now. It is disgustingly freezing. I hate it. I hate where I live. See you in the next one.